these real estate stocks, Cheryl, have been on the tear after we saw a rate pause happening by the RBI. And since then, what the kind of business updates we got, all of these companies was definitely the cherry on the cake. And look at the move in all of these real estate counters. So FY23 is gone with a positive business updates. But what about FY24? Vamakshi is joining us with all those details. What are brokerages highlighting onto the outlook for FY24? Tell us more, Vamakshi.
Well, absolutely. Real estate counters are in focus today and in fact have been in focus over the last few days. Now let's pick up some of the important trends that have played out for this sector. First up are the sales numbers that were disclosed by most of these companies. Now we're seeing a very strong uptick coming in terms of sales. The companies have posted a very strong operational update and most of these sales have come in at a record high on an annual basis as well as a quarterly basis. Look at Ajmera Realty, they're seeing an uptick of 93% on a year-on-year basis, followed by Godrej Properties growing by nearly 56% on a year-on-year basis as far as sales are concerned. Soba Macrotech posting good growth of 34% on a year-on-year basis. So largely, when we look at all these listed real estate players, Macrotech and Godrej Properties have managed to achieve their full-year pre-sales guidance. In fact, they've surpassed their pre-sales guidance for the entire year. And in fact, we do have Investec expecting that Oberoi Realty is expected to achieve its guidance, while Suntech is expected to miss its guidance. So those were the overall sales, but how are its sub-segments performing? That is something that is important to look at. When we look at the top half of the pyramid, that is doing much better, and while the bottom is languishing. Higher interest rates have disproportionately affected affordable housing segment, and in fact we're seeing that on account of higher mortgages, that segment has seen a decline in terms of the share of sales from 42% that in the first quarter of calendar year last year to around 31% currently. Apart from that, we're seeing that nevertheless the demand for the upper and middle housing segments has remained relatively resilient. In fact, their share of sales have also gone up, as you can see, for houses between 50 lakh to 1 crore and the houses that are valued over 1 crore. Apart from that, there are some other trends that are also playing out in the real estate markets. Now, definitely in the near term, due to the union budget amendment that drove the sales for luxury in the fourth quarter, but this could be marginally negative for the luxury segment from FY24 onwards. We're also seeing that the heightened demand over the past few quarters depleted the stock of older inventory in system, and as a result, the prices have continued to grow across micro market, and this in fact this quarter marks the 5th consecutive quarter of year-on-year growth as far as prices are concerned. But the launches are also not quite behind. Residential launches are 1.5 times the pre-COVID averages. The quarterly sales have remained broadly flat across major markets, as well as sales have not declined despite a rise in interest rates except in the NCR region, and definitely the pause that has come in on the repo rate is a welcome respite for home buyers. So largely these were all the important trends that are playing out for real estate players as of now.